Life can sometimes be hectic and stressful, but we can make the most of it by enjoying what we do and by not letting anything stop our journey. For those listening on the podcast, the website shows a joyful photo of a smiling woman with a smiley face balloon at this point. We all know that life can get hectic and stressful. But one of the most important lessons we can learn is to enjoy it for what it's worth and not let anything or anyone stop us from living our lives to the fullest. The saying "life is either a daring adventure or nothing" comes from Helen Keller, best known for her incredible triumph over deafblindness and how she went on to live a full and meaningful life despite her disabilities. Here's a list of 8 things to overcome to make life fulfilling, adventurous and happy. 1. Not being able to take criticism. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's part of learning. And when you do make a mistake, don't get upset about it unless the criticism is unnecessarily harsh. If you're a person who has a hard time taking criticism, this blog post is for you. It's nearly impossible to be perfect, and not being able to take criticism can be detrimental. In our society, we are often taught that if we want people to like us, then we should always do everything just right. It seems as though there is never an opportunity where someone isn't watching or judging us, so the idea of being imperfect makes many people nervous. We all have things in life that may not turn out perfect, but it doesn't mean they were failures, because if the intent was good and effort was put in, then at least something came from them. 2. Failing to set aside time for regular exercise. Regular physical exercise is important to maintain health. It also makes you happy and keeps your body limber and fit. It's something everyone should do, so put aside some time each day for it. 3. Lack of healthy eating. Maintaining a healthy diet is important for all people. However, it can be difficult to do when you don't have the time or money. If that's the case, focus on eating at least 3 meals a day and getting your nutrients from fresh produce. 4. Inability to achieve mental clarity and focus. Since you're listening to this, I know you want to achieve mental clarity and focus. It's all up to you. Get your tasks done first, then reward yourself with some peace and quiet. Mental clarity isn't something we all have naturally, and if we're looking for a little extra boost, these 5 food items may be just what we need: dark chocolate, eggs, green tea, bananas and salmon. These foods contain natural chemicals called biophenols that promote mental functioning by increasing cognitive flexibility and working memory. 5. Stubbornness when faced with apologizing. Some people in my life can be stubborn and refuse to apologize for their actions even though they know that they were wrong. For these people, apologies are hard to come by because they know that if you give them one, then they will never stop demanding more. They might even get angry at you for asking them to say sorry because it makes them feel like a victim. There are other people out there who want nothing more than an apology from someone close to them so that any tension between the two parties can be lifted and moved on from. It's important to understand what kind of person you're dealing with before giving up on an apology entirely. Everybody makes mistakes. It's fine to apologize even if you don't want to, because, in the end, it will make everything better and create a happier atmosphere for everyone around you. 6. Poor sleep habits, including watching too much TV before bedtime. There are lots of things that can affect your sleep, but at the end of the day it's up to you. If you spend too much time in front of a TV before bedtime, try doing other relaxing activities like reading or listening to music. 7. Addictions like smoking cigarettes or abusing drugs and alcohol. If you already know these are bad habits, then this is a no-brainer. When it comes to addictions, most people think about drugs and alcohol. But there are other types of addictions that can be just as damaging: smoking cigarettes, for example, or abusing food or sex. These addictions may not get as much attention, but they still hold us back from reaching our full potential. 8. Procrastination. Hang on while I go make a cup of tea, do the washing up and do anything to avoid finishing this article. That's procrastination in action. I made coffee instead and returned to my laptop to carry on typing. Are you tired of putting off your work? Do you feel like every time you get started on something, other things come up and distract you? It's not uncommon to want to put off tasks for later. But the problem is that when it comes time to start tackling those tasks, they're difficult or impossible to do because there are so many other distractions in between. It is common knowledge that procrastination is a waste of time. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and a feeling of hopelessness. But how do you stop? The best way to get on top of your life and stay on top of it is to start with the small things, like simplifying your inbox or cleaning out your closets, for example. This will not only help you feel better but also give you a sense of accomplishment, which in turn will help motivate you to take more steps towards success. And finally, in the famous words of Helen Keller, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. We all know that life can put obstacles in our way. But one of the most important lessons we can learn is that life is too short to be anything other than happy. So don't let the people who want you down, and those little moments of disappointment keep watch over your every move. Because if they do, then it means that somewhere along this journey something has gone wrong with your happiness. There will always come a time where everything feels like it's falling apart around us, but as long as we trust in ourselves enough not to give in to negative thoughts before looking at what may have caused them, we can endure, enjoy and embrace a wonderful life. Whether you need some advice on how to stay physically, mentally and spiritually healthy, want tips on how to keep stubborn people in check, or just looking for ways to reduce procrastination so you don't feel like every day brings new distractions, thishappyhuman.com has you covered. For more articles and life coaching, visit thishappyhuman.com. Please subscribe to the podcast and don't forget to leave comments. I'd love to know what you think. All the best. Matt the Happy Human.